What are we going to teach in this module and this unit? Well, I've got a few things which I want to cover. By the end of it, I'm going to have done some hands and teach you how to draw some various sorts of hands. I'm going to teach you the first stages of learning to draw a head as well. Now, bear in mind that what I'm showing you is I'm showing you structure and I'm showing you line and I'm showing you things to copy. These are undergirding principles which will help you get hand-eye coordination and give you a little bit of confidence in your drawing. This is not how I'm going to teach you to draw. Ridiculously, I'm teaching you a way which I don't recommend, which doesn't make sense really. I'll try and make it make sense. In my process, if you imagine that you've got clouds and you're looking at clouds, and if you can imagine trying to think of what that cloud shape is. A lot of people have sat there. You know, my son the other day was saying that a cloud looked like Great Britain, okay? And I then said to him, I said, look, I said, if you took that cloud and you drew around it, do you think you could draw a picture of Great Britain? He said, well, actually, yes. But if I actually said to him, can you draw a picture of Great Britain? He'd probably say, no, all right? So, what I do is I take these random shapes and we create random shapes as sort of like, you know, from compositional forms, and then we make something out of it. But what is useful to know is that you can actually create wireframes around those shapes and all the rest of it. What we're going to be doing is in this part of the unit is I'm going to actually teach you those wireframes up ahead of time. What I don't want you doing is getting stressed about trying to get the wireframes correct or trying to draw it exactly or anything else like that, because it'll just become a bit miserable and a bit boring. What I want you to do is literally just practice it, and it doesn't matter if it's right or it's wrong, and you can go, oh, that was a good one, or you can say, oh, that was a bit of a bad one. It doesn't actually matter, right? What you're after doing is just getting into the practice of doing hand-eye coordination, doing some drawing, okay? So we're going to be doing some heads, and I'm going to show you how by drawing heads in different ways, well, actually drawing a head in one simple way, you can very easily show a character looking in different directions. All right. When we come down to drawing properly, then we're going to start with masses and forms, and then we're going to superimpose this drawing the balls on top of those forms. All right. So it's all kind of like builds up into a whole package deal. Okay. I'm also, to help you be able to do that, I'm going to teach you how to draw circles. Yes, because one of the things that I found is that people, when they have to get their protractor out or their compass or get locked into drawing circles on Photoshop or Illustrator or Procreate or whatever, it actually slows them down and it restricts you. So if you can develop the hand-eye coordination to be able to draw a simple circle, it actually makes you really quick. And circles and curves and all the rest of it are highly important. And to be able to learn how to control those lines is really going to help you move forward with your art a lot quicker. And it's a technique which I learned probably about 10 years ago, and I practiced it the way you're supposed to practice it, which I'll explain as we get to it. By doing that, I really brought my art on by leaps and bounds very fast. The other thing I'm going to teach you is straight lines, which again seems a very ridiculous thing to teach, but straight lines really help you to be able to identify where straight lines are in things, obviously, and to be able to draw perspective lines and things like that without needing to use a ruler. And the way we do perspective is that we draw the thing out first of all, and just sort of make it up and draw the size and all the rest of it, and then we put perspective lines on over the top of that to see what needs straightening. And so to be able to draw perspective lines straight down will really help. And if you practice drawing those lines and then practice drawing perspective lines, then you develop kind of like a sixth sense for knowing how things should line up and when things look right and wrong. So rather than concentrate on getting the ruler out and putting it down, all the rest of it, by learning to draw straight lines without a ruler, then it's really useful. And we're going to explain how to do that on the way through as well. Yes, I think that's it really. So let's get on with it. Here we go.